Who are some of your favorite comedians?
When I was a kid, I loved Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart.
And I loved Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. My dad loved Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes. And Woody Allen had great jokes and stuff. He was very, I know he's controversial or whatever, but I always thought he was great. And then now there's so many comedians I love that are friends of mine, so it's people that you wouldn't have heard of, but I do get to know some really not necessarily famous comedians, but sometimes famous comedians that I get to work with, and that stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah. As comedy, like let's say call it business, but just like to make a living or to work in comedy, you think it's shifted a lot probably, right? In these last 10 years from...
It used to be about what credits you had. Like if you were on different TV shows and stuff that gave you more money and that was made you more famous. Now it's about how many followers you have.
Followers, yeah.
Yeah. So the game has kind of changed in that sense.
Same thing for athletes and just everybody. People look how many followers you
Absolutely.
have, how much engagement.
Yes. So it's totally a different game now in that sense.
You think it's good or it's bad?
Well, what happens is there's sometimes somebody will be like a YouTube star and they put out some 2-minute thing that people like, and people go see them in a comedy club and they only have that 2-minute thing. They don't have an act really, but they fill the room because they've got 2 million followers. But at the same time, people go, that's it? You know what I mean? So, but I also don't want to be the old guy that's just complaining about how things are now. I have this young woman
You
that
have
helps
to adapt, right? With
absolutely,
the
you
times.
have to adapt. And there's this young woman that helps me with my Instagram and my putting my clips out there, and she's made a big difference for me because I put my stuff out there, then people contact me and book me and so on. So you have to adapt,
Yeah. Wow. Instagram, social media, it's a different time, different age.
Yeah, and I don't know where it's headed, I don't know how it's going to be 10 years from now or whatever,
Yeah, I just saw a thing on how the AI and all that stuff in 10 years, it's going to be smarter than any human.
Terrifying. I do worry about AI writing scripts and writing movies and writing people's stand-up acts and whatever. I hope that doesn't happen,
Have you seen The Matrix?
Yes.
Have you seen the last one that they made?
I did see the last one.
Reloaded, I think it's called.
How was it?
It was good, right? We're basically fighting against the machines in the first Matrixes, right? And then the last one, we work with the machines.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I was just talking to some of the guys downstairs. Like I signed up for an AI course. It's a course, but you basically get an introduction to all the things that are out there. Like I work with ChatGPT every day,
Yes.
but ChatGPT, Canvas, this, that, just so I have an understanding of where to go, what to do, and what I can do, right?
And I know nothing about that. And I know my kids and I know young people, it's just part of their everyday life now. But I do worry about I don't want AI writing movie scripts or TV scripts or whatever, And
I think I don't know. I always think positive, but you just have to be able to adapt, right? Like it's not that they're going to take the jobs, but if you don't adapt some of those things, they will, you have to be able to work with those things.
Yeah, and I do like if you watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, his dialogue is so distinctive and so enjoyable. I'd hate to everything be kind of homogenized by machines or something. You know?
Yeah. Like art and graphics and things like that. Like, yes, it can do but there's a certain human element that always has to be a part of it.
I hope so. Yes. Yeah. I don't want that to be taken away.